All right. We are back, and now I just have to wait until everybody comes back in. But yes, this story about our women exaggerating predominantly around women's health. This is so important because guess what? If we don't come up and stand up for our own rights, for our own experiences as women, we're gonna be and continue to be overlooked. So that's why this topic is definitely so important. And yeah, let's see. Everybody's coming back in now. Awesome sauce. So yeah, I am I that's why I continue to just advocate for women's health because guess what? Listen, boo, if we don't advocate for ourselves, if we are not the ones who are pushing the agenda and ringing the bells for for what is going on with us, then we're never going to get ahead. All right, back. She's going to be, let's see, in three, two, one. All right. Yes.
I asked you just now, did you save the previous video?
Yes, I saved it to IG.
Okay.
So
Then you
then
just,
we can get it from there.
okay, good.
Yes, because this, listen, like I was just saying just now, this and this was so adorable. My niece, yes, I'm that old. I have a niece that is big enough that is actually an adult now. What? No, but I'm a testament to my age. That's a testament to my brother's age. She just went like, yes, Tanchi. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not only fighting for me. Um, I am also fighting for those coming after, for my nieces who also are going to be going through all of this. Because
Yep.
women's health is important, and I feel like it's way beyond past time that these things are the norm. And in 2020, sadly, this is still not the norm. So, yes, a lot of us suffer in silence, and it is sad, it is frustrating,
Yep.
it is, it makes me angry, actually, if I'm really being honest,
Same here. Because
because
it's so not fair. And then I think I get a bit more upset when people are like, oh, but you're exaggerating, that word again.
yeah,
Why you have to get on like that? It's not a certain way. Yes, it is. Like, unless you are female, you have no idea on how much you're deprived on. Like, you have no clue because people think that, oh, that is something normal. No, it's not, because we don't have that privilege.
and the thing is, if I've been doing a lot more research where herbal solutions are concerned
Mm-hmm.
and looking at how because there's just this quote that said, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. And I
Yep.
believe strongly in that. It's a lot to do with how we eat, our lifestyles. We're not as active. The when you grow up, you are when you're in school, you are then in a school bench. When you graduate, you're at a desk. Most of the times, most of us, right? So all of these lifestyle changes aren't actually conducive to our health for men nor women. But women, on the other hand, um, all of these different things are definitely not being looked after and being researched and being time and energy being put into it. So I feel like the more we talk about it, the more we bring it to everybody's awareness,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then it can be put on the agendas, because the more we advocate for our health as women, the more we put pressure on companies.
Yep.
And I say companies, but I also say
On anything,
it's just
because
awareness in general.
because I
Because
like how like how I say, the moment you have a group of women standing for something, a revolution is going to start. Because
Yeah.
when you look at the bigger picture, when you see things like in the field of social work, in the field of education, in the field of health, most are women. And you
Yeah.
cannot tell me that you can have women working in a hospital with all of this going on and nobody is taking in consideration that, hey, maybe she might be suffering from horrible period pains, or maybe she may be suffering from migraine, maybe she could be suffering from some type of mental health issue, but she have to man up, get balls, grow some heavier ovaries, and
Get cojones, get it
yeah,
together.
present. And it's not fair.
No.
It's not fair.
Mm-mm.
You know, and that's why I'm so strong, and I'm so um um yeah, fierce on speaking to women and educating them and trying to get them in their power to really voice how they feel and voice their disagreements. And I could even say I'm a bit, yeah, disappointed that right now in Aruba we have a lot of females in power and these type of topics never came up. And I'm checking like, oh, so none of y'all in going through nothing, like none of y'all ain't have family members that can't afford um um
Female
female
hygiene
hygiene,
products.
um um what we busy with, you know. And I'm a bit
Yes.
disappointed in that, but I think, yeah.
But that is also a thing, and that's why my focus is also on women in leadership roles, and whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an intrapreneur, as in on your job doing going and being your best self and also taking on leadership roles. What happens to women in often in these positions is the fact that they tend to then take on to be able to get ahead, to get into the boys club, right? They tend to then take on these kind of eigenschappen, characteristics
Yeah.
of men, and only go for things that they feel like, okay, but here I'm gonna dominate. Here I'm gonna dominate. Boo boo. Listen to your girl. Okay?
Mhm.
Let me get a little
Yeah.
close up in the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Listen, if we do not put these things on the agenda, then it's not going to be solved. Nothing is going to happen. And I feel like women in power should also advocate for women
Yeah.
because
But
men don't
there's,
know.
there's a
They
study
don't know.
where it says that actually most females rather a male boss than a female boss, and I find that very sad. But
Child, let's not
like how
let
you mentioned, they just take on a whole nother role, and
yeah.
they pretend to be something that they're not. And you cannot tell me, I don't care how much power you have, you cannot tell me that you don't have a menstruation. You cannot tell me, even though maybe you're like me and don't really have menstruation pains, but you have siblings, you have friends, so you must
Mhm.
be. And that is what I think irks me with
Yes.
females in powers. At
Mhm.
we sometimes we forget that we're females. I'm not saying that you have to give another female a free pass. I'm not saying that. But what about compassion? What about empathy? Like those are things that I think we all should have, especially as women. Or you could tell me a man, yes, could, no, 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 it's okay. No, yeah, you feel like you could come a little late, but then the other woman, oh, I can't dare to tell my boss
Listen.
menstruation cramps because that gonna be a whole nother story. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it's not fair.
But the
And
thing is, like Fiercely where it said, many women internalize misogyny and assume that gets them in good graces with men. And that is, girl, that deserve a snap because
yeah,
that is so true.
yeah.
That is so true. And the thing is, they take on these kind of things and feel like they're being now pressured. Women
Let me
feel like they're being
roll my eye.
pressured. Yes, let's exaggerate with it, okay? If this is the point, we exaggerated. Okay, let's be no. Let's. I'm not gonna adopt the term exaggerate. Let's be expressive with it,
Mhm. Yeah, but we have,
because
because I mean,
in
if we are not coming up and picking up for ourselves, who's gonna do it for us?
yes, yes, and that's why I say, listen, people. I say I'm gonna generalize again. Huh? this is not a thing, but in general, people tend to be like, oh yeah, when women come together, it's always like a cat fight. They could never get along, this, that. I'm like, BS. Sorry, boo. I do not agree with this. I feel like when women come together, magic happens.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay? And if we're gonna continue to perpetuate that same nonsensical story, then we're not gonna get ahead. And
You
in
know
that
what?
sense, we're
No,
no,
here,
for real.
I'm going to add on that. I'm going to add on that.
For real, because now that's why I am adamant about supporting women, especially women in leadership. I'm like, go girl, you need to know that you're doing it, okay?
Yep.
You need to know that you're killing it out here in these streets.
Yep.
Because women also feel pressured because I said in most of the cases, they are now fighting to be in the boys' club in
Mm-hmm.
leadership positions. So now they are harder on women because they're
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna make me look like I am weak because you coming in here and I am being the soft one to say, oh, you're having period cramps, you're not feeling good, then it's okay, come later, or take the day off or whatever. Because they're gonna be like, oh, now this reflects on my leadership and I want to make sure that I am okay, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you get that whole
But
cycle that
again, with
continues.
that being said, that has a lot to do with the individual, and that have a
It's
lot to
true.
do with again being
Some people take
not
and
being
carry
healed
the
and
issue and
not,
bring it to
not, not putting certain things where they have to be. You understand? Because again, if you are genuinely fine with who you are, doesn't matter your gender or anything, you will come forth with certain ideas. You will have a certain holding, and it doesn't matter who you have to be against or up against or with. You will stick to your point. But if you are not well with yourself and you're trying to pretend to be something else, or you're trying to withhold a certain image, then all those type of things could happen to you because you're not grounded.
it. This is true.
You understand?
But
And that is where, not necessarily, again, of course, the gender is an issue, but
mhm,
I think if you're a female, knowing all of this, when you get to that leadership position and you know how difficult it is to get there, what you all had to do to get there, and the mindset and all of that, I think, I don't know, if you're grounded and if you're genuinely okay with yourself, you're going to be a different type of leader. Because you're not going to be a boss, you're going to be a leader. Because you're going to
this is
inspire and you're going to empower everyone around you, man and woman,
mhm,
sorry. You understand? But if you are not right from within, like how Lauren Hill said, if you ain't
mhm.
right from within, then you're going to be manipulated. Then you're going to feel that you have to fit in. Then you're fighting with the whole world because you're not who you have to be.
Yeah,
And I think there's a lot of factors, but yeah.
that is that is
And
definitely it.
just to add what you mentioned too about when females come together. When I started Empowerment Queen, everybody was like, "Oh gosh, I don't know how you can because women gonna do this and women gonna do that." And I was honest again. Yes, I was not the most passionate person or compassionate person. Sorry. I
Mhm.
wasn't always the nicest person ever, in the sense that I was a bully and I used to tease and I used to be mean, and for whatever reason, because again, we all have our journeys, and I was not there yet. And now that
Mhm.
I am getting there, I must be able to relay this information, say, what, you can be a certain person and you can become what you have to become when you want to become that.
It's
And
true. I feel
if
like
you
you probably went to a journey. Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm gonna interject quickly. I feel like you went through your own journey of self-discovery, and when you became at peace with yourself,
Yep.
then automatically, I'm sure you realize that all of that wasn't necessary,
Nope.
right or wrong.
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly.
And
So I in
mhm.
this in these instances, I feel like, to be honest, because you've been through it, you have so much more to bring to the table and
Yeah.
to see and share with and be like, you know what, I get it because I used to be you. And
Yep.
that could be an even more powerful
Yep.
message, a powerful testimony to share with
Hmm.
somebody and be like, listen, boo, I used to be you.
Yeah, I
So
used to be there.
here is how here is how you leave that aspect behind, and let's go on to this side of
And
the
the
coin
thing,
where
like,
it's more fierce and where life is so much better.
and that's why when people say that, you know what, oh, I do not to be around women because they gossip and whatever. My question is always, well, what do you bring to the table? Like, when, because again, you have to participate, and
Exactly. Are you going to be the one to be like,
uh,
yeah, girl, yeah, you see that
don't be
one?
like, spill the tea, girlfriend.
Let
No,
me
or
let
you
me be like, let me
you
get
could
some tea. Mhm,
you
mhm,
could ask the person, say, you know what, but what is the relevance of this conversation? Like, we really have to go there, and if they really want to continue going there, then you have to change up your circle because obviously they're not ready yet. So it's all about you as an individual as well. I'm not saying that sometimes you don't spill a tea. Like, come on, we do spill a tea, but the
mhm.
intensity of the whole tea. Like, I ain't going to go do a whole FBI investigation, and because it's not adding to my life. It's not adding
Ain't
to my
nobody got
life
time.
goal. It's
Exactly.
not adding to nothing. So then why I have to know what all we do and what all, like, what we pay my bills for me? I understand in this. You understand what I mean? So once you get to that point and you start cutting off people or cutting off conversations, your circle and your surroundings going to change. And I think that's where women have to just cut things off. Like, cut this off, be coming back to be who you want to be, and
Mhm.
be that person at all times. And then certain things will just never reach to you. You won't be attracted to certain things.
Yeah. And that is the part. That is the part. And when the thing is too, when you have a culture, whether it be in a company or even on the playground, all the way up, all the way up, even
Mhm.
within maybe families, when you
Mhm.
have a culture of that kind of
Energy.
nasty kind of uh,
Mhm.
attitude towards each other, then is when that gets perpetuated. Because if you don't allow it from in your household, you tell your daughters this is not the way. Listen, if you want to have friends, you be a good friend, and this
Yep.
is what a good friend looks like. We don't accept this and that around here.
Yep.
And I see bigger and better things for you, boo boo. And the
Yep.
queen that you are, this is not how a queen acts. This
Honey
is not how
child.
a queen deals with other queens.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
girl.
it starts
Say
from
it louder
from
for those in
home.
the back. No, it's
Say it
true.
loud for girls in the back.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
It's
but
true.
that is where it starts. I feel like that is definitely where it starts. And
Mhm.
even if it doesn't, if somebody doesn't get that from in a domestic sphere, then if you're really a friend, you're not going to continue to allow them to also lessen their impact and value in the world by just adopting all of that and be like, girl, nah, leave that alone. Like,
Yep. We
leave
don't
that
we don't
alone.
shine more by dimming somebody else's light. Like, it, that is just a fact. You don't, what you're getting out of it. And look, certain environments you can't really avoid. Like, sometimes you're in a workplace and it's not really the best for you, and that is okay. But the biggest challenge and the biggest reward as well at the same time is just being true to yourself.
Yeah,
If you realize that, this ain't what I want to be in, just stay silent and do you. Leave them find that you're a weirdo, leave them have the opinion about you. At the end of the day, once you true to yourself, nothing really matters.
yeah,
At-
yeah,
it sounds very scary, and it is sometimes, because sometimes it's like when you're so unbothered about something, it's like, oh my god, like, I'm really unbothered, because you don't have time. You really don't have time. Like, sometimes people ask me questions, and it's like, if I tell you I know, I'm going to be lying. Like, I don't know. But how you don't know everybody? Sorry, it's not on my radar. I'm totally somewhere else. Excuse me. I'm not downplaying nobody. I'm not down talking nobody. Because again, we all have to climb a certain ladder. We all have to do our own thing. But I think the faster we get on the right track with ourselves, remember, my track is not your track. Your track
hmm
is not my track, is not her track. Once you start getting on your track, believe me, you feel when you're getting closer to your track. Look, listen, all the bypassers and bystanders and passing trains and people who waiting on the station, they don't matter because you on your track.
Exactly. And the thing is, like they say, people who are busy in the arena doing what they need to do, they have no time to go and bring down somebody else over there. Is those bystanders who ain't doing nothing, who ain't got nothing to do? They are the ones who tend to be the ones like, oh, but look at her. Oh, but oh this. Oh, but look at she. Oh, but look at he. What he think he doing? I'm
Ain't
like, boo,
nobody got time.
if you were busy working on you, if you were busy doing you, getting your stuff, getting your life,
How much
then
time did we all lose? And I mean, when I mean we, because all of us, we had our thing. Like, how much time did we lose by focusing on something that was so irrelevant, ain't even a joke? Like, if you have to just look back at life, it's like, but why I waste time?
girl, I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson earlier on.
Did you
I
understand
learned
that
it.
we lose so
I
much
had
time being in toxic relationships, by being in unhappy workplaces, in being studying the wrong
the
how you
wrong
call
subject.
subject, so you have the wrong whole goal, and you know you want to be something else, but oh, because my mother want me to do this, oh, you go on school, you waste a whole 4 years of your life to do what? You know, it's like, why? Do you
Yeah,
understand what I mean? Like, if you have to reflect, sometimes, I said I'm gonna reflect because I like to write a lot. So in my journal, I write and I'll be like, you know what, but why I was wasting time on this and on that? But again, you live and you learn, and we talk about it so the other people could learn.
exactly. And I
Yeah.
feel when we highlight these different things, it also sparks thought in I would say men and women, not only
Yeah,
women,
yeah,
but
men,
to
women.
really re-examine how we see things, you know? And
Mhm.
so when we can, like you said, have compassion for each other and have emotional intelligence to be able to see something for what it really is and
Yep.
not how it makes us feel and leave that ego tap in, um, then we would be a lot. We child, we would definitely be a ways ahead. And not to stump everybody on their journey. Everybody is on their journey indeed, and
Everybody, their journey.
everybody has to go through their own process. What
Yep.
I feel like we're doing right now is just opening the floor, opening the conversation to
Mm-hmm.
say that, hey, let's look at this together.
Mm-hmm. And
And
we
this,
have, the more you have this conversation, the more people are at ease with,
mhm,
oh, okay, this is something that we're doing. Okay, then we're going to start doing it. You know what I mean? Because you still have people that are shy and don't really know where they want to be, and it's okay.
mhm.
But
Yeah,
once you start having a conversation and adding people to the conversation, they feel welcome and they feel like, you know what, I could do this as well. And that's why it's so important for us to have conversations. Look how we start one way and we end up here. It's just a conversation that we have to have.
yeah,
You know, more people are tapping in and hopefully, sharing and talking about this. Everyone who's listening right now and who's tuning in right now, when they go
share
home
it.
or they go back with their friends, they can be like, you know what, hey, yesterday or late earlier I was listening to this and this and this. And in the that, have those conversations. And indeed, like how you say, we do need more men to somewhat stand for us or stand with us.
Stand
Because
with
again,
us.
as a man, you wouldn't know how it is to have menstruation pain. You wouldn't know the struggle. But again, maybe you can help us relay the information and get it across. Because
Yeah.
sometimes just having the wrong gender or a different gender is already a certain barrier that some people don't even want to cross. And that is
Mhm.
wrong.
Yes, yes. And I was doing some research, and I saw this article that came along. This was like a little while back. Let me see. Yeah, this was in February of this year, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw that Scotland is the first country to
Mm-hmm.
have sanitary products for women, so pads,
Mm-hmm.
tampons, those kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
as being free.
I
Just like
read
how we went through the whole campaigns with like safe sex and having
I read
condoms
it.
readily available and all of these kind of different things. I feel like this is our era.
Yeah.
because things are starting to move, and there are different
Mhm.
countries who are also adopting menstrual leave, for instance.
Yeah. I
That
saw
was in
that as
the New
well.
York Times
I saw that as well.
too. So I'm like, we getting there,
Yeah.
boo. We getting
Yeah. Getting there, but we're still not there. And again, I'm a strong believer in celebrating every little victory, no matter how small it
there.
is. But I
Yeah.
just do not want us to celebrate too much and forget the bigger picture, because we have a
We still have
long,
to go.
long way to go. We have a long way to go, because for me, I would not be at peace only if I am experiencing it. For me, it has to be worldwide, because again, we are very fortunate to be Dutch. We are very fortunate to be on this side of the world, to be experiencing certain things, because certain close by neighbors might not have certain things that we are like, oh, that is nothing for us. You understand? And I cannot be contented when a sister in another country is not having the privileges that I have. And maybe
Yeah.
that is me being a bit too much, but I'm
Not
sorry.
at all.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Like, we all have to experience the same thing. And again, I know it's not going to happen in one, two, three. It's not going to happen in a blink of an eye. I know it's not going to happen simultaneously. But not because I live in okay, that means I can't voice it for those that are not even where I am right now. Like, I have to be able to voice for them, because I want them to reach where I am, and then together we can move forward.
But sometimes it's not even like what life has also taught me is that sometimes you're on the top of the hill and sometimes you're in the valley.
Yeah.
And so when you're on the top of the hill, make sure that you have direction for those who are in the valley and screaming
Yeah.
on that mountaintop. Make sure
Exactly.
that everybody is okay. So
Exactly.
in that sense, it's like it could now you're okay. Let's say we were talking about being able to even afford feminine hygiene products as women.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose today, tomorrow, you end up losing your job, you don't have the same income, this, that, that.
Hmm. Yeah.
At first, if you like, nah, I cool, so whatever.
Yeah, but then when you're in that
Oh,
hot
when
seat, what's going to happen? You know what I And that's what I'm saying. Like, we always we don't think, of course we don't expect the negative. Of course not. We don't, but rainy days can happen.
yes,
Rainy days can happen. And when you advocating for something, you have to advocate for everybody and everything, because you do not know when it could be your day. And I think it would be very selfish of anyone to be like, I on top of the hill, yada, 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 because you mightn't be there all the time. And then what? Like how you just said. So
mm-hmm.
we just have a lot to do. And that's why, again, I'm going to repeat. I am disappointed with, like, what going on here in Aruba, in the sense that you have women in power, and a lot of women that are directors and leaders in big companies. And I don't feel their presence as I wanted to feel. Again, times right now in this year, not maybe I'm just being giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they had
I
huge plans for this year, but Auntie Rona come and put a stop to everything. But I do hope that they reflect on this, as in what all they could have done better, because again, as females, we just know a lot more things, and we have to speak up for our fellow females and our young girls. We just
This
have to.
is true. I think I definitely want to acknowledge your disappointment, and I definitely see where growth can there's enough space for growth. And what I would say, having spoken to women in power in different companies also here in the Netherlands
Mhm.
and so forth, it is not an easy task to be a woman in leadership.
No,
So
it's
what I would like to ask of women and men in general,
it's
because
not.
I say this and I'll say it again, Drinking Tea with V is a woman-centric platform, but is not exclusively for women. So in that sense, it's like, listen, men and women are on board. Boo, if you're a man, welcome. Come over here.
Um,
You know,
Take time
come join
to learn.
this
You're
conversation.
gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
come join in the conversation. But what we also need to do with that fiercely weird also was talking about misogyny in different aspects. We as women also adopt that and carry it forward. So when we see a woman in a position of leadership, let's not be hard on her. Let's support her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be like, girl, I think you're doing an awesome job. What about this? Maybe we can look at this. Maybe we can look at that, instead of being like, oh, you aren't doing this, or you should have been better, or you should. Why come from that negative place? Why not be supportive and add to? And baby be like, okay, let's what can we do together to maybe start a campaign on this or that? You know what I mean? So in that sense, let's come from a more supportive place. Let's have each other's backs,
Yep.
and let us really support women in leadership. Because if I'm there, if you're there, and every like all you're hearing is just what you're not doing good, what you're not doing good, what you're not doing, or you should have been better, or you can't do this, or who she thinks she is, that is a common thing. And after a while, being that closed off and not in contact with,
Especially our culture.
yes, especially in our culture, if you lose contact with people and things that matter, it is easy to get slipped into to just doing the day to day, and whatever is on the agenda is okay. I don't even want to push too much on this or that, because not even the women who I am fighting for are fighting for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but we have to get there. We have to get there
That's
because
what I'm
again,
saying. I'm urging us to
we're,
also
we're
be
conditioned
supportive.
for anything and everything. We were conditioned to compete, and I think we have to unprogram that, and we have to stop seeing others as competition and only see ourselves as our personal competition. Again, it has to go back to the individual. When you're there, then you will have a better understanding of what I just said. But if you're
Mhm.
not there yet, it's like, huh, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have time. I want to be like that, and I have to be better than that. So
Yeah.
again, it takes time, and only by having conversations and workshops and awareness campaigns, etc., we can open each other's eyes. But also remember that people only learn or change when they want to, and that's something that you have to give time as well.
Hmm.
You can only take those along who want to be taken along, and those gonna have to come in when they're ready, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But we really have to just stop the whole competition, and it's
Real
easier said
women.
than done. It's easier said than done because it's very easy to be like, oh, like I could easily say, oh, I like her bottom, I want her bottom, and simple
Boo!
things like that. I'm
I could say I like it and I want it, but guess what? I ain't gonna bash her about it. I gonna be like, oh yeah, girl,
the
keep them
understand
spots. And if
and
not,
that's
if I want to do a
why
BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, I is my prerogative, is my business if I want to do it.
I so
I can't hate. I
no,
can't hate. It's
that
not my personal choice, right?
yeah.
It's not my personal choice of how I want to achieve that. But it ain't nobody business. Like
Nope.
you say, you ain't
They
paying my bills.
to each their own. But
To
yeah,
each their
maturity,
own.
maturity has a lot to do with it as well, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody have their different factors that have to be added or has to be taken into consideration before they reach in a certain stage in their life, and we have to how reckon with that. But I think in general we have to just keep preaching and keep talking and keep having these conversations and keep supporting each other because it's not easy, and everybody have the reasons why they are a certain way, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't agree with it. I personally may not agree with how a certain person is, and that's okay. And when I say that, people be like, huh, like, but you're empowerment queen. No, I'm not a fairy. I'm not Tinkerbell, and I don't have like pixie dust, and I always feel no, like some people and certain things I don't agree with. But do I have to make my whole life about smashing them
Revolve.
and evolving around them and finishing them off? Like, nah. I just disagree, and I respect them for who they are, and I move on with my life. I don't have to waste energy on that because that's a lot of negative energy I have to go create to go
Exactly.
saw that person, and oh, but you see, I don't have time for that.
Because right here Miss Sue says, women are being policed about their joy down to the way we carry ourselves. And yes,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. I mean, that specifically for women, it is a thing, but for men too. And I
No,
I just,
I think no, we putting pressure on men with certain things. I think no. I think no,
for instance,
we like we switch it a bit, and now we're telling men, like, you know what, oh, you have to dress up. And because before, like, you know, you had a time where everybody used to be dressed, and now, you know, it's like, boy, you got to like groom up yourself, and you got to make sure your beard intact and you looking nice. And now we all into men in suits and men in
no.
tailored
We
and
have been. Men
no,
have become
no,
relaxed, and we have accepted that. But
yo,
now,
but
like,
now we
bro,
put emphasis on them, and now we while, you know, they be checking like, oh, nobody can tell us what to wear and what to do. But now we low key like telling the men like, why you looking so scruffy?
fellas, if you're
Like,
looking,
where's
fellas, if
your
you're
lip?
listening, listen. You
Where's
see, let me school y'all a little bit. Let me give you a little bit more sneak peek into the women's psyche. We like it when y'all look good and smell good too. So leave those basketball shorts aside sometimes. You know, if I am here in heels, if I am together, even if I don't have on heels, even if I have on flats, if I am dressed to the nines, don't show up
together?
in your
No,
please do
don't
not
do
show up in a jean pants and a
it.
t-shirt.
Like scruffy short.
No, no, and sneakers.
Mm-mm.
No, no. Listen, Lindo. Listen, Lindo. Get it together, boo.
No, get it
I
together.
rooting for you.
On. You can do this. I believe in you, boo boo. No, but like, you know, it's so funny because we reached to the point that, you know what, no money, we putting on makeup and we dressing up for ourselves, and it's not about men, and it's not about this, it's not about that. But then low key when you on Instagram, you're like, you're picking your little man and your little outfit and your little zaddies and your little this and your little that and the drip this and the drip that, and it's like, look at we here doing what we don't want them to do to us. Okay, okay, we acknowledging it. We know we're wrong, but yeah, kind of cute. Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. No, but if you look at this, right? Listen, tell me if you haven't seen this over and over and over again. Like, say, guys would expect for women to be like 90, 60, 90, got the body tight and right, going to the gym, got it looking together, making sure you bikini ready at all times. But they out here getting bare bellies. Huh? Huh? They out here ain't in shape.
It's
And
true.
then
It's,
what we supposed to do with that then too?
I just be like, what, huh?
If I walk
Who we
in
talk
hard, you
to?
gonna walk hard too, boo
No,
boo.
darling. Mm-mm. No,
Especially if some men when they get married is like, okay, no, I don't have to work as hard no more. I got
yeah.
you got me, and now we gonna get fat together.
Mm-mm. Nope. But it's true. It's true. You tend to leave yourself go, and again, that have different reasons why, and I
Mm-hmm.
think you have to keep yourself in check. When you're in a relationship, you have to just keep yourself in check. Because indeed, sometimes it's like your belly, you got belly, and you don't even realize you got belly. It's like when you're trying to put on your late favorite jeans, it's like, hey, but why
But
you
it don't fit like it used to. The
let
mirror
me put
ain't
that on
reflecting
the
like it
bed,
used to.
in my belly? You know, so sometimes the weight just come, you know, unexpectedly. But
Mm,
indeed, like sometimes we just get nonchalant with certain things. Which
yeah,
again, clothing is not everything.
nah.
But yeah, it does add a little oomph,
It's the
just
effort.
a
Is the
little a
I
little
mean,
salt.
listen, our weight is gonna fluctuate. Right now,
See,
I am at the heaviest I've been in my life. I'm looking juicy. Look at my cheeks. I got my little kangaroo little pouch going too. I like, nah, girl,
what?
get it together. I cannot. I like, what is this? What? No. That's why I like, if I go work, listen, if
But
I go
that
work
means
hard,
life is good. Life is good.
no, life could be good without the extras. I like the extras. I like the extras where the extras supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
I
I
like the
hear.
extras where the extras are supposed to
Yeah,
be.
I hear.
But yeah, it's not an exaggeration when we feel like, listen, if I'm gonna put in this much effort, right? Energy and effort, I want it reciprocated as well.
Yeah.
So don't be like, oh yeah, but you just whatever, you know, and then
Like stop being disgusting, girl. Like
It
We got
needs to be
that
balanced.
together. We doing everything together. We got to look cute together.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do everything together. It's a team effort. What kind of
Exactly.
is that one looking shabby wobbly and the other one all messed up? Then they gonna say about you help your teammate. No, I don't.
How would I listen? I can't leave the house like this. Like we can't like no,
I,
no.
back then when I was in a relationship, like when we going out, I used to take out clothes. So he used to have like an idea of what he want to wear, and then I had to just hood cut it. So then he would be like the clothes on the bed. I'll be like, okay, cool, and then go check. No, this
Or
time.
maybe you'd be like, I would suggest, you look sexier when.
No, I used to be very raw, like, but no, put these two together and okay, boom, thanks.
Girl,
Time,
you don't see
if
me
I'm
spend
in a
game
good
on you
mood,
here.
I give him two options. So from his options, I create two different looks, and then he could at least choose which one. But you got to choose one of those though, because we leave in the house, you looking, we ain't doing this. And I think to know to
I
this day, like sometimes he would be like, he would send me pictures. He'd be like, hey, you know how this look? I'll be like,
Hey,
how
at
about that?
least your honesty is being really valued, okay?
But yeah, but we do it. I think we do it all the time because I have it with my best friend too. Like if I have my outfit, and that's how I always just get back to her because sometimes in my mind I have a whole outfit, and then I go
Mm.
send her, and then she will be like, "But you don't have nothing else to wear." Like, but I've been dreaming about this like for 2 weeks. All I needed you to tell me yes. All I need you to tell me, oh, add this earring. Now you gonna come to me, but you don't have nothing more. It's like, then I'm gonna. Oh, you know,
You
you
see,
always have that person that have an eye for fashion.
this is true. This is true. But I have my own fashion sense, and to be honest, one of my friends, it was an event that we went to, and she was like, "I really am feeling this outfit." I was like, "Girl, I am loving it, and you will love it or leave it, cause this is
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is."
Oh no, so you have those. So you have
Yeah,
those.
but I mean, she wasn't feeling it, and guess what? Funny enough, I got so many compliments that night compared to other times. I was like,
Yeah.
from guys. I'm
You
like, you
see?
see, this works. This works. This works. Sometimes, listen, I value people's opinion. Give me that feedback. I appreciate it. Give me all the feedback. I
Yeah, no.
appreciate it. Sometimes I'm gonna take it,
But
sometimes I won't.
it's, but it's not about the outfit. It's about you. It's
Yeah,
about you. You could have
I'm
on,
feeling myself,
say, a
feeling myself,
bag. You
feeling
could have
myself,
a
feeling
bag.
myself.
You feeling your sauce and you dripping all of that sauce in the people in place. And when you reach, it's like,
It doesn't
hey.
actually, if you
And
look,
you
it
and
doesn't
your
matter.
paper bag, nobody don't even dare to send them a paper bag because you have such a glow that nobody ain't even realize it's a paper bag. So sometimes it ain't even half of the time ain't even about your clothes. Trust me. And I have that with like colors. I have that with certain colors. Like for instance, like obviously purple is my color. So when I
Mm-hmm.
wear purple, is like I'm untouchable. Like you cannot, like it don't, you
Don't
can't
talk to me.
even on your best day, you cannot even try to test me when I have it. Like you just can't. I don't care if it's like a purple like pajama and it's a whole chic party and I have on a purple silk pajama. You can't touch me. You just can't. That is just
Purple is your power. I
it is.
think that should be
It,
a. I think that should be your quote. Purple. Another one of your Instagram quotes. Purple is my power.
you see, thank you for that. And I'm gonna put your name because you think of it. Yeah, but for real, like I just have the of sometimes when I'm wearing black too, it's like nobody can touch me in my black outfit. And
Classic.
you know, but
Classic.
me, I don't really like color. So then when I'm in color, it's like I really have to be like ultimately feeling a sauce for me to wear color because
For
I'm not.
real?
I don't do brights. I don't do brights.
Child, you look so awesome in color.
Yeah, it's true, but no.
But
I'm
I
the
listen.
person.
I am trying to make my life a little bit more colorful, but
Hey,
I'm the queen of black and white. I traded.
no, I don't like white. For white is too much. White is too extreme.
Really? No, I do both. I love my black and I love my white, but I am now being more conscious that color adds a little bit. I realize that I like color. So I'm starting to incorporate it slowly but surely, you know?
Trying to. I'm trying. Process. It's a process. I have a few. people told me I got compliments on mustard, so I have like a few mustard pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like for me to put it on is like I have to really wake up in like that type of raising hell type of attitude, like it is the day, and then I'm gonna wear it. Because if not, it's gonna get right back in the closet. Yeah,
Child, embrace your colorful soul.
yeah, but that's my thing. I think I am so colorful as a person. You think I'm supposed to wear color? Like for me, it's like a whole bozo the clown reaching the body. Because it's like I all over the place, and then my clothes all over the place too. It's like, come on, Nico, let's find balance. I'm a Libra. I
Oh, this
need
is your balance. This is your
my
balance.
my personality is
Okay.
all over the place, and then at least my clothes could be like, I lay business, and then
Like
everything
a little bit more subdued.
everything is party, and then my clothes is a lay business. Like okay, black squeeze business, and then when I open, it's party over here. Hey, hey, hey.
Mm, that is so cool.
But
Like
I
my
am
niece tell
enjoying
me,
conversation. We
my
should do
niece tells me,
this.
what? Oftentimes, like when I have my hair slicked back, but then there's still a puff in the back, she's like, business in the front, party in the back.
Yes,
Ay, ay. Shout outs to Shay one time, one time, one time. Hey girl. Anyways, yes, I want to be conscious of the time. I don't want to eat up too much of your time. Thank you so much for joining me on this
you for
conversation. It was so much fun.
I know,
I feel
right?
like we could go on for another hour, but
Hours and hours. You see, that is the beauty of when women start having conversations.
yes,
Because I
definitely.
had no clue. I had no idea how this gonna go, if this direction is gonna go. Because again, like of course we know each other from school days, but to actively have conversations, we don't do that all the time. So I had no
Exactly.
clue what
Exactly.
what this was gonna be. But it's just the beauty of it, again, being sincere, being genuine, and it's all
Mhm.
for a good cause.
Yeah.
And as women, we do understand each other much more than we believe. Much more than we believe, or much more than we want to admit.
No, I admit it. And I believe it. I just want everybody to join me on this party over here in these streets. Let's really come together and really make magic happen. Take
Yes.
things to a whole nother level. I see in like so much potential in what we could do together as women. So, and of course with men by our side. Like I
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
I am pro woman. I'm a man hater. Some people seem to feel like,
Girl,
oh
I
yeah,
really
they,
can't
they
convince
feel they
you
feel
that.
the feminist womanist vibe. So then they're like, oh yeah, you're a man hater. I like,
You're like,
excuse me, sorry, no, I love me my man. I
"Oh, we
want
love
y'all
you,
to be.
man.
I want you to be by my side on this journey,
We
boo.
love friends. We love you. We just
Yeah, we
need you,
still love you.
you to join the movement.
Yes, join the movement. Join the movement. Join us. We join you. Being sub to each other's mission.
Don't. I have enough.
Let me
I
know
have
start.
enough. I have enough rum for this. Yes. Okay, baby steps. Baby step. I hear you. I hear you. I just need the rest of the world to understand that, and then we go have that conversation.
And then you would be ready to be
Yes.
submissive.
Towards a mutual mission.
Exactly. We
The
need.
mutual
Listen, I sip to that one. I sip to that one.
is like boy bye. Boy bye. Everybody bye bye. No, but
But yes, before we leave,
do
I
this
know
again.
some of your followers, some of my followers. So tell the people where to find you.
Oh, we didn't do that. No, we didn't have time for that. No, because it was like so hot. Also, if you like the energy of this conversation and you like
Mm-hmm.
that I brought to this conversation,
A beautiful
yeah,
one. A beautiful one.
follow me on Empowerment Queen. I think you have to do hashtag Empowerment Queen Aruba. And you're going to find me on
Yes.
Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook. And it's all about love. It's all about sisterhood. It's all about empowerment. It's all about these type of conversations. Sometimes I go very taboo because I just need us to just lay all the barriers down and just be real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it 100 all
Keep it
time, all day, every day.
exactly. And for me, y'all know drinking tea with V across the board, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. So let's just further continue to build. Go over from my side, go over, like and follow Empowerment Queen Aruba on Instagram and Empowerment Queen on Facebook. Do you have a YouTube as well?
No, not yet.
Okay, but that's okay. That's
Not
okay.
yet. It's coming. It's
Follow
coming.
those. Follow her over there when she's ready and she adds on more.
Yes.
Then you go and support there too. For me, it's drinking tea with V all across the board. And that is it for tonight. I hope that you guys share this with everybody who you think that should hear this message, because we don't want to keep it to
Everybody.
ourselves. We
Share.
definitely don't want to keep it to ourselves. So
Yeah.
share it with everybody who you think like, girl, you need to hear this. Boy, you need to jump on this train. Okay? You need to get these vibes. You need to get this positivity.
Yeah.
And any last words?
No, not really.
Okay,
I
well
enjoyed
then,
I enjoyed it. And I think, in these times, yeah, I just still want to say something. In these times,
mhm,
just everybody take care of each other, take care of yourselves, check in on your strong sisters and brothers, check in on
mhm,
yourself, and be vocal when you're not feeling well, because these are some trying times and it may cause some trying emotions. And I think we should all be aware of that and share that, if of course in confidence, with somebody that we
that you feel
trust.
with, yeah,
And just know that you're never, never, never alone. Never alone. Trust your vibes. Be who you want to attract and enjoy your week.
exactly. And I agree with all of the things that my girls said over here. And then some. Be fabulous, stay fit, and have a fantabulous week, you guys. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
You.